From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Evening Edition.
And we begin in Antioch, where the police department is now facing calls for federal oversight. Good evening, I'm Ryan Yamamoto.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. This all stems from the federal investigation that revealed racist and homophobic text messages sent among officers. More than 40 officers are currently on leave.
And one person urging the feds to step in is a prominent attorney representing community members who are suing the department. He spoke to our John Ramos with what he wants to see happen.
The racist texts, uncovered by accident by the FBI in a federal drug case, sound like something from the Jim Crow South, with officers happily bragging about injuring black residents and openly referring to them as the N-word in group text lines.
It's the attitudes that they have toward the people they were serving. Is that if you called, and the woman may be called a water buffalo or something, or the chief, and others are called black gorillas and all. Aside from the N-word, which are kind of routine. As one officer says, we say that routinely and no one cares.
But John Burris cares. The Oakland-based civil rights attorney is representing a number of people in legal action against the city and now has taken it a step further. He sent a letter to the Department of Justice asking them to investigate and recommend the imposition of federal oversight over the operation of the Antioch Police Department.
So my effort here, aside from the lawsuit itself, is to take control of this department, revamp it, reorganize it, and essentially provide a new direction for the department. The community deserves it.
In the early 2000s, a group of cops known as the Riders were terrorizing the black community in Oakland. They were acquitted of criminal charges, but Burris's lawsuit in that case paved the way for federal oversight of the police department that exists to this day. But he says as bad as the Riders were, even they weren't as openly racist as what has been going on in Antioch.
We did have racial profiling, which was different, but even that didn't have the name calling. You didn't have the verbalness that went along with it. So in this sense, it's much more horrific in Antioch in terms of its impact and its relationship with the community itself.
A new police chief, Stephen Ford, was named in November, vowing to reform the department.
Now, when any organization finds itself in this seat, there's two things that are apparent. There's been some neglect, and there's been a serious lack of accountability.
Unfortunately, Ford retired just 6 months later. Do you think he felt it was hopeless?
I don't know what he totally felt, but he certainly acted like it was hopeless.
Burris agrees that what's needed is accountability, but he doesn't think that can come from within. He believes it will take an outside influence to begin the tough process of changing the culture of the department, and he doesn't think they should wait to do it in a lawsuit settlement.
Whatever the Justice Department can do, private lawyers can do it as well. Like me, we could do it as well. The problem on it is easier if you have the power of the federal government behind you, as opposed to me.
No officers have been fired yet. Some are accused of simply receiving the texts without reporting them. Burris says those who actively participated should be fired, but because the law grants officers such strong protections, others will likely remain. He says they will have to accept more accountability if the culture is to ever change.
Now, we have reached out to the city of Antioch for its response to the letter from civil rights attorneys, but we haven't heard back yet.